Welcome to Afterwards. If you are new here, my name's Ari. I'm the founder of Tactful Disruption. I come in 3 flavors, real, raw, and ridiculous. And yes, my hair changes often. And yes, I do it myself. It was my first vocation. Beauty. I can, psyche. Somebody was asking, I guess I'm just responding. All right, let's get it popping. Let's look at these planetary energies, and then we will confirm with the Sophie's Oracle deck. All right. First things first, lessons. Okay, somebody just learned some lessons. What kind of lessons did you learn? And or somebody's recognizing they need more discipline in their life. I don't know what type of discipline you need. This is so good. Ice cream mint. I probably need more discipline. I was doing so well. And then I was like hungry and tired. Tired of waking up at 4:30 a.m. going to the gym. So I took the last 2 days off, and today hit me like a ton of bricks. And I realized like I'm exhausted and I probably need to take care of myself before I'm not useful. New moon, look. I needed to replenish. I needed to refresh. I needed to restore myself. That's kind of my way of doing that, like combing my hair, right? Telling myself it's gonna be okay. I can afford to eat the damn ice cream cookie cake. It's just food. And if as long as I stay, on task, I can get back in the gym and be tired and work out because I have a goal. And goals don't get achieved without putting in the work, right? And yes, sometimes it's like, oh, I am hella delayed in something, but you know what? I always try to get shit done. Most time I get it done. It be late, but it be done. Ooh, look, Psyche card came out. So I don't know who needed to hear that. I don't know if we just needed to have a relational moment here. But it's okay to be human. Sometimes being hard on yourself and having this expectation that like everybody is waiting for you to do something, it's like, okay, but what do I need me to do right now, right? So today, my body was like, I need you to rest. I need you to eat a healthy diet. Not to say that like, when you're working out and strength training and stuff that you don't eat healthy, but I had an excess amount of protein for the last 3 weeks, and I'm just like, I can't function with protein and caffeine. It's like, it's got to be more to this life. And leaves. Bro, I was starving. Like, I just want to eat crap. So today, I got to eat crap. Also, I got to sleep in because I needed it. Because I was up all night grading papers. Not paper, well, I started reading them. I didn't grade them, but I was issuing grades, and the stuff that comes with it's kind of hard to believe like I'm a whole professor to somebody. So strange. Why is that strange? I don't know. You get where you get in life and you're just like, wow, didn't know this was a part of the journey. All right, lessons learned. Scorpio, transformation. I'm trying to tell you, I'm undergoing this significant transformation, and the discipline has been around the self-care routine. So whoever you are, wherever you are, you're going to get there. I'm sorry to be eating on camera. I'm really hungry. You're gonna get there, right? A whole bunch is happening. It's not a negative tower moment. It's honestly like here's your new reality. And then you have to adjust to it to make sure that new reality gives what it's supposed to give. And if that new reality is telling you got to move on from something, you got to move up in something, you got to be more disciplined in something, you got to replenish yourself, you got to protect your emotional well-being, then that makes sense, That makes sense. It makes sense for you to take care of you. And the people who love you and support you and want you on the team, they know what you're undergoing, right? Like they've been there before too. And that's the beautiful part, right? I think a lot of the times that's where humility comes from. Like when you find people who have enough compassion to extend kindness to you, because kindness in my book takes intelligence. When they have enough compassion to extend kindness to you, it's because they understand. Like going through that transformation, right? When life is trying to grow you up, right? Like where it's like, man, I gotta get to this next level, right? Like I'm responsible for a lot, like you're like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. What do I need? And sometimes he's like, you need to rest. Do you look at like how many mistakes you make when you're tired? Do you look at how much stuff it takes longer to get done when you don't have proper rest, when you don't have proper nutrition? Do you look at like how physically exhausting it is sometimes to be disciplined in a particular area? And I'm talking about like weight training. That shit is killing me. Right? Like those things require assessment as you go. Like you have to look at it and see, okay, is this the right thing to be doing? Why is this the right thing to be doing? How does this feed to my bigger emotional picture? How does this contribute to my well-being, right? Is my mental health intact? And if it's messing with your mental health, then ask yourself like, okay, what's going on here? Why is this striking such a chord? And then if you have to have a tower moment there, and towers are not always bad, right? I say tower moment because Scorpio is affiliated with the tower moment, right? But Scorpio come with a lot, Scorpio and Sagittarius and Aquarius, them signs come with a lot. I think actually basically anything after Libra comes with a lot, Like you really have to pay attention to like what life demands of you after that, right? Because there's parts of you that literally had to die, right? When you found the discipline and learned the lesson and, hey, I have to work out. Working out is just a part of my life now. Like it's a requirement. Well, I'm in the Army. It's always been a part of my life, but I had to heal a very serious injury. It took a long time to heal. Right, but even the new moon, right? All these positive emotions that you get when you work out, right? And then like you get in the habit of sustaining that. And then it's just like, taking care of yourself, learning to trust your instincts and your own intuition and being like, I can't do this right now because I realize like this requires more of me than I have the units of attention to give, I think that's always powerful too. Like recognize how many units of attention do you have? And for about a week, maybe 2, I was running off of like 25 units of attention, which meant I was missing 75 because I had 4 really big, important things in front of me. All priorities, like not one was not a priority. And I had to learn how to give to each of them. And what I found was some of them actually required me to go a lot deeper and to dig a lot further. At one point, I had to, most people will tell you the story as it best fits them, but I really had to seriously neglect one thing in order to accomplish something else. And it was just like that constant battle of like, okay, but I need to get to the other side. So how am I going to get to the other side? Because everything depends on getting to the other side, right? And then thank God, thank God it was like, okay, whew, you're almost there, right? And that happens when you are at the last leg of the race. Any of my track and field people I can relate to you, right? Being that anchor leg, right? You pump, but you got to watch everybody else run ahead of you, right? You got to watch you got to watch, the first run. Then you got to watch the second runner. Then you got to watch the third runner. And then you got to recognize like, okay, it's on you, right? If you want the team to win. And I feel like sometimes that's like different aspects of self, right? There's your higher self that always knows that, you have a purpose in this world. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a name to make. And then there's that, that second self that you're building, because that higher self already knows, like you're going to step into your destiny. But that second self that's getting built is like, I don't know, man. They're the one who's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. They hype you up, and they're like, nah, hold up, right? And so you have to keep trying to, get your second self on board sometimes. Like, look, I know you're tired. I know you got a lot. I know it's a lot. I feel it. But get your shit together. Come on. Like, yes, you're exhausted. Who isn't still feeling the aftermath of 2020 sometimes, right? But it's like, it's something different is required, and I know who I'm going to be once I get to the other side, right? Then you got that third person, right? That's that person that everybody in the world is interacted with, and they're just like, you just got it all together. You know where you're going, and you know what you're doing. And you're like, yep, I'm trying not to die. I'm trying not to die right now because it's a lot. I feel like the universe is hazing me all at once. It's like, I'm gonna haze you in this area, I'm gonna haze you in this area, and I'm gonna haze you in this area. Hey, and you better not say a word. Don't you dare cry. And you're like, I'm tough. I'm like, ooh, oh my God. Why? Right? And then you got that last leg, right? Where it's just like the you that's like, I ain't even half as, I'm not even half, like, I'm so humble, I can't even see half the shit you people see. Like, my second self seems so far away. Like, am I really, like, am I really doing this? Am I really that person? Okay, let me sort this out. And I feel like that's what's going on right now, right? That's what's going on right now. You're really sorting that out, right? Because this rebirth is happening, whether you want it to or not. You are going to become your future self. And you're going to become your future self a lot faster than you expected, because there's some things around the corner that if they told you, you would probably stall in preparation. So they're like, we're just going to spring it on you. We're going to throw your ass out there. But don't worry, you're going to perform, because we gave you glimpses of your reality, right? We gave you glimpses, so you know what it takes, right? You know what it takes. We already got you doing some of the developing some of the good habits, right? And once you get solid in them habits, that becomes a discipline, right? You become disciplined enough to know that, like, these things have to happen. These things have to happen, because I remember a time when these things were not happening, and what came with that, right? You know, I had the new moon here. It probably was a time where you just positive emotions were not, they were not noticeable. They were not a part of the experience. It was like, did you leave emotions out of it? This go time, it's like, put all your emotions in it, all of them. Put all your emotions in it. Let them positive emotions propel you forward. Let them positive emotions make it so that you can manifest anything that you wish just by simply speaking into it, right? Let your world be transformed by your instincts. Let your world be transformed by you being helpful enough to show up for yourself, and then the world celebrates you for that. Well, that was the psyche. That was the message. I love when that card comes out. I never know how that's gonna work. So fascinating to me. All right, sorry guys that this thing is moving all around. What's next? I didn't lie. They about to push you out there, first quarter moon. So here's what has to be illuminated. You need to combine your light and your dark traits, right? So the you that is here right now, that's over. That shit's over. You know it's over. It's time for you to start really working with that third person. How does the world say they see you? Because you might just be getting ready to get celebrated. Now, that second self that keeps trying to revert back to this first person shit, nah, buddy. We're not doing none of that no more. We're about to move forward, and we never finna look back, because you don't have the time for it. Literally, that's probably the biggest lesson you've learned. You don't have the time for a lot of shit, because all of your time is accounted for, and that's on purpose. Your time is accounted for because they have to keep the wrong people from you, right? They got to put you in front of the right people, right? You don't know what is about to happen, but trust you me, it is all good. One of the most transformational experiences of your life put you under pressure. You about to walk out there like a whole diamond. Get your shine on, shorty. Get your shine on. What's next? Third house, communications. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know how you do it, but people love to hear you speak. They love it. Look, maybe you were like nervous, scared, shy at one point. You didn't feel like you had a message, but you are the message, okay? The spirits are working with you. The experiences you've had, they're working with you, right? Because we got Scorpio at the center of this is all about transmutation, right? Like taking all of that and turning it around, right? Because if Scorpio is affiliated with death, and yet you get rebirth from that, it means that something got to fall off. It has to fall off in order for something new to be visible, right? And I think not too many messages ago we talked about being in that cocoon stage, right? Being in a cocoon stage is just a safe place for you to develop something, right? So where were you that there was safety? Be so lucky and thank everyone who was with you on the path, because you got some bomb ass guides. You got people who are really like, yo, I know who you supposed to be. Do you? And you got people who are like, yo, we need you to get to the other side. Don't worry though, because you gonna do the work, and we gonna make sure that that work is quality, and we gonna get you there. I love that for you. I do. But you gotta trust your communication, bro. You gotta trust it. I mean, people absolutely love. Whatever it is you're talking about, whatever it is you're communicating, people love it. I don't even know why I'm saying people. Let's see. Let's see what falls out next. 10th house, career. You got people working with you, making sure you get to the other side. Hey, people love hearing you. This is about your career. I don't know who you thought you was. I don't know what you thought you did, but let me tell you, what's being transformed is your career standing. You about to be celebrated. You have finally figured out something that comes natural to you, that's easy to you, right? But it conditioning, right? So it's almost like, let's talk about your conditioning. I know I talked about it as in like looking at yourself running that one race, right? And it's like different aspects of you. But that conditioning season, right? Like you had to know what it felt like to not be heard, right? That's probably the first person you. Then you had to know what it was like to want something so bad that you was willing to work for it, even if it meant it was just you, that second self. Then you needed to know what it was like to show up in a room and find out that you offered value. That's that third person. What do people say about you again? And then you had to find out for yourself, hey, I could do this. This is really fly, right? That's that fourth, right? That last person, that first leg, that future self. You've stepped into your future self, and it is beautiful. You probably didn't even realize that this was always who you were supposed to be. You were always supposed to be someone who had a message, who people would listen to because they love the way you communicate. But it's about time you finally stepped into it with full-on confidence and transformed all of that negative thinking in the past. You learned to trust your intuition and trust your instincts. You now know who is for you and who is not for you because you know what it takes to be on a winning team. You know what role you're supposed to play. And if you got to be the anchor leg, then you're going to run that race. It's time that you are renewed in your energy and that all the lessons were learned. You don't repeat any of that shit. But you also need to stay disciplined because it's so worth it. I love that for you. What a beautiful message. Beautiful message. Oh, such beautiful energy. Okay, now we're going to do the selfies to confirm. Confirm. I'm hungry. I cannot stress that enough. I'm so hungry. And I have to eat like a regular person again. It's not bad, right? It's just 3 more months. 3 more months and I'm gonna get to the 3 more months. If y'all only knew. You only knew. First things first, screw them. Make a move. Make a move. Alright. You gotta make a move. I don't know what that means for you. I know what it means for me. Maybe you made a decision and you acted on it very quickly because you needed to. You ain't gotta tell nobody what you're doing. You just do it, okay? You gotta make a move. Look, you can't stay. Look, I said you can't stay in the same position forever. Grow the courage from the ground up. Everybody gotta run their part of the race, right? Every aspect of you has been involved in the race that you're running. It's about time you recognize that you can't stay in that first person position, and that second self that wants to fight you is not going to work. And that third person, that thing that people are telling you about you, the good, not the negative, the value, right? That's right. Let's go. Some of y'all need to hear. Y'all need to be around people who got something good to say about you, right? People who don't want to pour into you, who don't want to tell you that they want to give to you. Hey, do not cast your pearls before swine. Cut them off. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. If they need more than they give, cut them off. They can't run that race with you. They can't even compete on your track. Although they like to. They want to keep up with you. Ooh, they would like to. I don't know you. I don't know your life, but I'm sure you feel it. It's like your competitive edge is back. But you really did have to like heal through some shit. It happens. It happens. Come on, give me one card. I just need one. Give me one. And sunset skies. Okay, they gave me one. Mind your defensive stance. To take offense is to be offended. Again, they're not competing with you, so I wouldn't even worry about them. You know, when I ran track in undergrad and grad school, they always said, don't you ever look at the person coming up on the side of you or in the back of you, because that's when you lose the race. You ain't focused on what's in front of you. You got to focus on what's in front of you. Okay? If these people want to compete, let them. But they're not competing with you. You're running your own race. You got something to do. You got something to do. All right? Whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope that that was helpful to you. Not every therapist is a healer. Not every healer is a clinician. And not every clinician will minister to your soul. You can book your session at tactfuldisruption.co.